Erroneous World. What's up, guys? It's McKinley Crain here. Today I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free review of Moon Knight Season 1. Now, let's get into it. So I know that this video is a little bit late, and I know that I only reviewed one episode of Moon Knight on my channel, despite having seen every single episode of Moon Knight on the day that that episode came out. I just was really busy and didn't have time to review every episode individually for Moon Knight. And I was planning on, just reviewing the rest of the episodes separately and specifically, but I guess I ran out of time, and I guess it's too late now, so I'm just gonna review the whole season instead. Anyway, so this is a Disney Plus MCU series that stars Oscar Isaac as Stephen Grant, and Stephen Grant is this character who keeps going places at night, and he doesn't know why, and then it turns out that at night he's been turning into Moon Knight and stuff. And he's been working for the Egyptian god Khonshu. He's like Khonshu's avatar. And this makes for a pretty good series. Moon Knight's costume is pretty dope, and the character of Moon Knight is pretty dope. And this series is kind of a mind F, if you know what I mean. A lot more than you would expect it to be. There's like a lot of Christopher Nolan-esque stuff in here, especially towards the later episodes, like psychological stuff that's really supposed to screw with your mind. And it really kind of makes you question what you know about the MCU and what you know about this show. And this show is very intriguing to watch. Oscar Isaac is terrific. What I've noticed about Oscar Isaac is he can play like a whole bunch of different roles so well and like so differently, unlike certain actors who like every time they play a character in a movie, it's kind of always the same character, if you know what I mean. Like, not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know how like Jason Statham and Seth Rogen almost always play the same characters in like every movie they're in. You know what I'm saying? It just, it's nice to have like a shake-up, something different, where like, one actor or actress is playing multiple characters and is actually playing multiple different characters and isn't just playing themselves like the whole time. Anyway, that's what this is, and it's terrific. And this series, I found this series to be very gripping. It's gripping towards the beginning and gripping throughout. I love the CG in this series. The CG in this series is pretty good. The special effects are terrific, which is basically the same thing. The villains in this show are terrific, especially Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke is pretty good in this series. And the action in this series is pretty fantastic. And this series does have some humor in it, and the humor is pretty well written. And this show does have some good writing, and I like how it doesn't answer all of the questions that, it makes you like have about this show, and just leaves them for future MCU entries. And I like the little twist at the end. Oh, and in the middle, they were both terrific twists. And if you're an MCU fan and you haven't checked out this show, you really should. I like this show better than What If, Hawkeye, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but not better than the other mainline MCU Disney Plus original shows. I don't like it as much as WandaVision or Loki, but I like it better than all the rest of them. This is a pretty fantastic show. I can't wait to see more of Moon Knight. I can't wait to see more of this Egyptian mythology, and I've actually learned a lot about Egyptian mythology from this show. A lot about Egyptian mythology. And sorry, that's my dog. Well, and I think that it's terrific how this show is semi-educational like that. And let's move on to some of the characters. So Stephen Grant is great. Mark Spector is also a great character, but I prefer Stephen Grant. Stephen Grant just has more of a likable personality and more of a personality overall, in my opinion. I'm not going to get into like the relation between those two characters because, you know, it's this spoiler-free review. But I can tell you those characters are very closely related to one another, if you know what I mean. And no, that's not a spoiler. That's just a hint, a reference. What I'm saying is they have a lot to do with each other. Anyway, I'm going to give this season a 100% out of 100%, which is the equivalent of an A+. Like, subscribe, join the notification squad. I will return.